What is up, guys? Kackis here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Google Stadia. Now, this, as an avid Destiny 2 player, aka basically addict, I'm very interested in this because apparently I should be able to play Destiny 2 at my house, at my friend's house, at my grandparents' house when Christmas dinner has gone a little too long, if you know what I'm saying, and get access to my Destiny 2 character via cross-save. So if that all works, whew, I'm in. So we're gonna be unboxing the Google Stadia. We're gonna be taking a look at it. How does it work? The setup, the functionality, all of that stuff. Thank you so much to Google for sponsoring this video and letting me get access to a Stadia so I could share with you guys all of these things about it. And so let's unbox this thing. So got a nice little welcome. Then one place for all the ways we play. Very nice. Gonna flip it over. Smooth. Here's the controller. Already, I was under the impression it was very light. It doesn't feel that much lighter than a normal PlayStation 4 controller. The weight is about the same. I'm gonna have to spend some time with this gaming before I can really tell you if it's any good, but off the bat, I mean, feels fine. This is actually the little device that's gonna enable all of this stuff apparently. It's this little circle here. Oh, Google was so nice to say KackisHD. Let me just fix that for them. There you go, that's the proper name. Thanks, Google. All right, now let's take this for a spin. So unlike most things, I'm gonna connect my controller here with an app. Stadia is really set up via apps, both to, start it initially, you need Google Home, then you have a specific Stadia app to get everything done. So initially, you're gonna need Google Home, and that's gonna allow you to set up your Google Stadia by connecting to Wi-Fi, setting up, an area where it's connected, and do some account stuff. But then after that, you're gonna switch over to the Google Stadia app, and that's going to be the place where you just download your games really easily. It saves your game captures that you can see that I keep accidentally pressing, and that's where you're going to also connect your controller, which is pretty easy. It's just gonna allow you to have that controller handy whenever you're playing Google Stadia, and it's going to basically connect it with the Wi-Fi and allow you to kind of pair your controller with that certain Google Stadia. So wherever you take the Stadia, if you take the controller as well, you can just really easily start using it. So this is the moment of truth. I downloaded, I basically just instantly put this on Stadia. There's no download, it just works right away. And I went to Bungie.net and I set up crossplay. So I should have my Destiny 2 characters on this TV, PlayStation's off, this is just Google Stadia. This is the moment of truth. Is this gonna work? All right, here we go. Yup, that's my Titan, that's my Warlock, and that's my Hunter. That's pretty crazy. Yo, D2 is everywhere. It's on Stadia. We got it on the PlayStation, on the Xbox, on PC. Yo, Nintendo Switch. You next, boy, you next, all right? So, one of the main concerns about Google Stadia is input lag. And as you can see, if I shoot, there is, and press, there is a bit of a delay. And so shooting enemies, it can be slightly difficult. However, the thing I will say is that I have this set up about as bad as you could possibly do it. Like everything it recommends to lower input lag, I am doing the wrong thing. So firstly, you have a very big TV that's not in gaming mode. Secondly, this is all Wi-Fi, there's no hardwired connection. So considering all that, it's really not as bad as I thought it would be. However, that being said, I'd never take this into the Crucible. And that is one of the downsides of Google Stadia, is that input lag. Now, of course, if they can fix that and improve that in the future, that's a huge boon. But we're gonna test a different setup. I'm going to take this, set up Google Stadia on my laptop, get a hardwired connection, and see if that makes a difference. So, I said it would be on a laptop. That was actually a lie. Because it's Google Stadia, I just plugged into a monitor. Like, it's just a monitor. What I used for PlayStation 4, unplugged that, plugged in Stadia, and this is the primo setup. So it's hardwired. You can actually just plug an Ethernet cord into the little plug that attaches to a power source. And as you can see, when we're talking about input lag, because this is so important for gaming, it's like I'm pressing it and jumping, I'm looking, and it's pretty good. Like, this is way better than what I had set up previously, downstairs with the big TV and Wi-Fi. So with an Ethernet cord, like, I can have much more control over my aim. I can definitely, I'm doing some Altars of Sorrow, which is a little bit of a more difficult activity, and I'm still able to, control my guy and do everything pretty darn well. So there is, if I'm honest, maybe a tiny bit, and it's just judging from feeling, just years and years and years of playing video games, it feels like there's maybe a tiny bit of input lag. And so again, this would definitely bug me if I went into, the Crucible or like a competitive mode or something like that. But for just, if I wanted to hop on and get some bounties done, do some quick activities, honestly, this is fine. I really hope they improve it though, and it goes to 0 input lag. And another issue is why I keep dying is because Google Stadia matches with other Stadia players, so there just happens to be not too many people here doing Altars of Sorrow. But as the population grows, that will improve as well. So, with hardwired, I think it's pretty darn playable, to be honest. Alright, so we've showcased Google Stadia, and in the background is actually gameplay captured on Stadia as well, but the next logical question is, well, should I get it? And even though Google is paying me to make this video, I always keep it real with you guys, and there are some big problems with Google Stadia, and that's why you'll see a lot of negativity around its launch. Firstly, the input lag. Now, yes, I was able to cut it down significantly by switching to a hardwired connection, but the fact that I have to do that kind of takes away with one of the main benefits of just being able to play wherever. It's not really that if you really want to play, it's got to be hardwired, at least currently. Also, the fact that you have to use different apps to set it up is kind of annoying. If I'm honest, it didn't really take much longer than a normal console setup, but why doesn't it have its own UI that's capable of doing this? Apparently that's coming in the future, but it probably should have been there at launch. And lastly, the starting lineup of games just isn't great. Destiny 2 is the marquee game on Stadia, and if you're not an avid Destiny player, it's almost not worth it for you, again, at least so far. I'm sure more games will be added in the future. So those are the main downsides. The positives, however, are still pretty significant, and I feel like some of the negativity has overshadowed some of these massive positives. Me personally, I'm very interested in Google Stadia. I was gonna get it regardless because I can't go on vacations because if I do, my channel dies. Like, it's kind of sad, but I decide to stay 4 extra days after GuardianCon. I missed the bad juju coming out. If I had the Google Stadia, I'd be good to go. So if you are someone who travels a lot, for work or whatever, being able to have this tiny little device, throw it in your suitcase, and get access to your Destiny 2 character via cross-save in a hotel room, in an Airbnb, at a different house, that is hugely beneficial to so many players. Another huge positive. Because everything is via the cloud, you can basically think of Stadia as having dedicated servers. So that means you can't get DOSed. In comp, that's a big issue. You can't hack on Google Stadia. I've been in matches the last Iron Banner. I had someone infinitely spawning and just wipe the entire team. But you can't be a hacker on Google Stadia because it's through the cloud.
Also, download times are literally non-existent. Like, this is the future of gaming. It's just whether we're there yet or not. The fact that you just click a game and get it instantaneously is absurd. If a new update or DLC comes out on Stadia, you just get it. You can play that content the second it comes out. No download whatsoever, and also, for the PlayStation 4, that means no copying as well. It's pretty incredible to want a game, get it, and be playing it all within the space of around 30 seconds. So with that being said, again, should you get Stadia? Well, if you have somewhere specific that you can set it up and it's going to be hardwired, I would consider it. If you don't, honestly, I would wait. I feel like one of the biggest mistakes that's going to happen is that because Stadia didn't have the flashiest and best launch, people are going to overlook it. Don't. That is a mistake. Because all of these issues, the fact that it has input lag, the fact that the library isn't great, and some UI problems and just general ease of use problems, all those things can definitely be fixed. And this is Google we're talking about here, not a random company. So they'll likely get that done in a matter of time. So if they do solve those things, then Google Stadia is legit. They fix that input lag. Just the fact that you can play Destiny 2 and all these other games instantly, anywhere, that is a vision that is really, really attractive. So even if you don't decide to get it, definitely keep your eye on what's going on. See how things are improving down the line. Because I know for me, I'm glad I have it. I'm never gonna miss another exotic quest coming out. And so guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed, found this interesting. If you did, please remember to help support the video. And as always, have a good day.